Hello. So today I'm going to share with you 3 tips that changed my life. They helped me feel less overwhelmed and gave me more energy to show up for the things that I actually enjoy in my life. Hi, my name is Kelly Kessler, and I help high achieving women go from overworked exhaustion to energized living. Now, I don't know exactly why you chose to watch this video, but my guess would be that you are going all day long, grinding at work, coming home, doing your second shift, maybe taking care of kids, taking care of a house, doing all the things. And you're getting to the end of the day and you are just crashing, but yet maybe you can't even sleep. You're exhausted. You hit the pillow, but your head just is going on and on about everything and you can't stop your mind. Maybe you're here because you feel overwhelmed. Every time you take one thing off your list, 5 more things seem to get on there. And no matter how much time you had, you would feel like you would never get it all done. Or maybe you're watching this because you just want a sense of balance and control in your life. You feel like you're doing all the things for everybody and taking care of everything, and you're trying to show up at 100% for everyone and everything, but there's just not enough of you to go around. Whatever your reason is for watching this video, I have 3 tips that are going to help you transform yourself into a version that you can feel expansive, energized, feel more free, and not be so held down and restricted by what you're experiencing day in and day out. I know the frustration you're feeling. I have lived it for years, and that's why I'm so excited to share these 3 tips with you because they made such a huge difference in my life. The first thing that transformed my life was visualization. So what this is actually imagining what your ideal life would look like. So what I do is I close my eyes, I take a few deep breaths, calm my system down. I usually place my hand on my heart and one on my belly and really just bring myself into the present moment. And then I give myself permission to dream. When's the last time you actually allowed yourself to dream? So imagine what your ideal life would be like, or maybe just your ideal day. If your life is too hard to imagine in this moment, think about what your ideal day would look like. Would you get up in the morning, have some coffee, go for a walk down the street? Maybe it would be in Maui and you'd be looking out at the ocean and looking at the sunrise, feeling the breeze on your face. Whatever it is to you, whatever that looks like to you, I want you to visualize that. And I want you to tap into all 5 senses. So imagine what it looks like. Get down to crisp, vivid detail. What do you hear? Do you hear birds in the distance? Do you hear the waves crashing? What do you smell? Do you smell the seawater? Do you smell maybe flowers? What do you feel? Do you feel the breeze on your face? Do you feel warmth of the sun? What are you tasting? Maybe you just bit into a pineapple and it just tastes like the best pineapple you've ever had. I want you to get as clear as you can using all of your senses. And once you have that vision, really allow yourself to feel, and this is the important part, feel what it feels like. Attach that emotion to that. Allow yourself to experience the joy as if this was actually happening to you in this moment. You see, the brain can't differentiate between what is real and what is not real when we attach these emotions. So when you start to train yourself and experience it and release yourself to actually feel these emotions, that's when you start to train your brain to think differently. You start to train your system, your body, to move into a direction that you desire, that you intend for and to be in, rather than being stuck in the past patterns and the programming that you've had throughout your life. This is the opportunity for you to transform your mind in a direction that you want it to be in. And that is why this tool is so powerful. And it's going to take some consistency and practice for this to feel easy for you. It may feel some hard resistance at first, but the more you do it, the more you'll be able to get into that state of feeling as if this was absolutely real. The second tip is to make a list. And you may laugh because if you're watching this video, you probably are that person who makes lists and is organized and tries to get all the things done. This is going to be a different list. So you're going to make your list. And now I want you to intentionally cross off nearly everything on that list, only leaving just 1 or 2 things that are the absolute most important things to do. You see, when we have lists and lists upon lists of things to do, it takes our energy, which is for the most part a finite resource that we have, and it disperses it. So we don't actually do anything well because we're trying to get all the things done. And this is the perfect recipe for overwhelm, which I'm sure you are experiencing at some point in your life when you have all these things to do. When you intentionally cross these things off and say they're not nearly as important as these one or two things, now you can concentrate your energy, and that's really what focus is. And focus becomes such an asset for you to actually do these one or two things that are most important really well. And then you can start to address the other things. But when you have a list of multiple things, all you're doing is just diluting your energy and diluting your focus, and nothing gets accomplished in the way that you really would love for it to get accomplished. Lastly, celebrate your wins. Be your biggest cheerleader. Now, this may feel hard for you. Maybe you're someone who just sticks your foot to the gas pedal, keeps yourself going, and just drives because maybe you feel like if I celebrate my wins, I'm letting myself off easy, and maybe I won't keep that same intensity. It's actually opposite. There's research showing that when you celebrate your wins, you recognize the things that went well for you during the day, you actually produce more dopamine, which is your reward circuitry, your reward neurotransmitters. This is something that motivates you, keeps you going. So when you celebrate your wins, you recognize it, you actually are propelling yourself more in a direction for continuing on with whatever you desire. On top of that, when you celebrate your wins and you're intentional about maybe writing them down at the end of the night, it actually allows your brain to filter out the world and everything you do to see more of what you've done well. And so this is actually through the reticular activating system where this becomes a filter. It filters out anything that you're not intending to think about. So if you become more intentional about focusing on what went well for you, what have you done that really was a big win today? Now you're going to see more of that. And again, this starts to transform how your brain is wiring, what you're focusing on. And just like anything, it's not going to be a quick fix overnight, but if you can start to implement these things, you'll start to notice that you see the world differently. Maybe you see yourself differently. You'll start to feel like you are more free, not held down by negativity, not held down by the things that are anchoring you into maybe a past version of yourself. It is so freeing when you take these and really move on with them and apply them consistently. Let me know in the comments how this goes for you. I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I post a lot of videos that including this, as well as how you can use your mind and your body to really free yourself, be more energized, and live the life that you desire. Thank you so much for joining me today.